So we're going to go through a TV segment and what it's like to rehearse for one. I'm here with Regan from Bachman's, one of my clients, and we're going to run through a TV segment together to show you what it's like to rehearse. I'm going to put 2 minutes on my timer since it's a 2-minute segment, and I'm going to play TV anchor. Okay, I'm going to switch into that role and rehearse right now. According to the calendar, spring is here, but are there any cold-tolerant plants that we can start to introduce in our outdoor spaces this time of year? Regan from Bachman's is here to acquaint us with some plants that can withstand our cool early springs in the Twin Cities. Regan, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So these are all gorgeous plants that we have here, but are they really going to work in our cold weather this spring?
Yes, they will. These are all cold-tolerant plants, and like you said, you know, it's the very first day of spring, but it really doesn't feel like spring yet.
Yeah.
So we need this beautiful, colorful spring beauty that we're going to be able to enjoy, even though it's a little chilly out there.
Yeah, so now tell me, okay, the pansy bowl is something that I adore and love, and Anne is the only thing I can probably name on this table. So tell me a little bit about the pansies.
Yes, the pansies are very popular. So this is the bowl. There's also packs. The bowl is really convenient because you can set it outside. If it gets too cold, you can just bring it right back inside.
Okay, and what is too cold in Minnesota at this time of year?
So they're not going to really want to be colder than like 28 degrees. So if it dips down a little below freezing,
you need to bring them
you're
inside.
Want to bring it inside.
All right.
Overnight.
Now we've got some really pretty color up front. Tell me what these are.
Yeah, so this is our cineraria. So this is beautiful because it's kind of like a bouquet of these tiny little blooms. Really pretty. This is cyclamen. Really unique blooms, and above this variegated foliage just adds a lot to your containers. And then here we have ranunculus.
Ranunculus.
Ranunculus. It's kind of a silly name, but it looks amazing. These paper thin petals on these beautiful blooms. They kind of start as little cups, and then they kind of lush out.
And how could you plant all of these together in one pot?
You could, yes. So if you're creating containers maybe to dress up the entrance of your home, you can mix these all together. You can add some pussy willow to get extra height, lots of texture, lots of color, really welcoming spring.
And how do you take care of these in the spring? What's needed?
So you're going to just want to monitor the light levels that you're putting them in, medium sunlight, and then just make sure that they're well watered.
All right, terrific. Regan, thanks for joining us today. Let me tell people where they can get for more information. Okay, that was great. Regan, thanks so much for doing this with us. Let me just give you a couple of feedback and pointers on this. When you picked up the props, and there's our timer, so we were just short of the 2 minutes that we needed, which was good. When you pick up props, it's always better for the cameraman in the studio for you not to actually pick up props, but rather keep them on the demonstration table and just point to them, kind of like Vanna White, just so that the camera person knows which plant that you're pointing to or which one you're talking to. So that's one. You did a great job of keeping eye contact with me for the most part, but every so often I saw you catch a glance of the camera, which is so easy to do, but you did a really good job of mostly keeping contact with my eyes, but just try not to avoid the camera. But you know, you did a really nice job because that is really hard to do. And you can certainly look down at the plants, but then kind of try to get my attention back.
Sure.
And you handled the extra questions that I threw in there because we really kind of stayed in our prep, you know, on our prep sheet with really just about the plants, but you kind of you handled the extra questions I threw at you really nicely.
Thank you.
So good job.
Thanks.
All right, do you feel ready for tomorrow?
I do.
All right, terrific. All right, that was it. That's the practice session. Thanks for joining us for it.